Hey, seventh graders, welcome to lesson 1. We're just going to be doing some reviewing this first couple weeks. Okay, I know we missed a lot of last year and, didn't get the whole thing in. So I want to do a little bit of reviewing. So we're going to start with equivalent fractions. So unless I have guided notes for you where you can do them with me, I really need you to keep a notebook, okay? And I'll take a picture of my notes too. So I want you to follow along with my notes, and I'll still take a picture of my notes for you, but it's going to help you to write it down as we go, okay? So we're going to start to talk about equivalent fractions. So we're going to start out with fractions because everybody loves fractions. Okay, it's going to be kind of a quick lesson today. Okay, so equivalent literally has the word equivalent, sort of equiva, which is equal. So it just means equal fractions, okay? So I'm giving you an example up here. Right now I did there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 boxes. I shaded in 1, 2, 3 of those boxes, okay? So my fraction right here is 3/12. If you hear some noises, it's little Munchie Mouse, my kitty, getting in trouble here. My second one here, okay, all of these are the exact same size, right? I'm just splitting them up in different ways. So on this one, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes, and I only have one shaded. So what I'm saying is 3/12 is equal to 1/4, which it is. If you look at here, it takes up the same amount of space, and they are equivalent fractions, okay? Now, I can't really, this one's split into thirds. Right now, I can have a fraction that's equal here and here, or I could have a fraction that's equal, let's see, here and here, but I can't really make an equal fraction with thirds and with 3/12, which is 1/4, okay? So right now these are all the same size, and if I'm looking for equal fractions, there's just different ways that I'm gonna split it up. I just made a chart with 12s, okay? So what you would notice is that with these two things here, I would say 3/12 is equal to 1/4, okay? And that's how you would do it with the picture. Now, how do I get it if I know that it's 3/12 and I want to know is it equal to 1/4? Or if I had 1/4 and I want to know is it equal to 3/12? So anytime you have an equivalent fraction, let's backtrack a little bit, okay? What we should all know is that any number over itself is equal to 1, right? Over itself is equal to 1. Okay, so what I'm saying here, okay, and you're going to use that when we get up to doing it without pictures. If I have 5/5, 5 divided by 5 is 1, it equals 1. If I had 12/12, it equals to 1. If I have 100/100, it equals to 1. Remember, a fraction is literally a division problem. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 12 divided by 12 is 1. 100 divided by 100 is 1. It doesn't matter what the number is. It's 1, okay? Now, what I'm really doing is, what happens when you multiply a number by 1? Okay, when you multiply a number by 1, it stays the same. If I have 5 times 1, I get 5. So I'm going to use that thought, or if I divide a number by 1, I get the same. If I do 5 divided by 1, I get 5. So when I'm looking at my fractions here, what I'm really going to be doing is multiplying by 1. I'm not changing the value, I'm just changing the numbers in the value. So if I said 1/4, and I'm going to multiply it by 1, but I'm going to make my 1 3/3. Okay? So I'm really doing 1/4 times 1. I should get 1/4 as my answer. So I do 1 times 3 is 3. 4 times 3 is 12. I get 3/12. Was 3/12 equal to 1/4? Let's go back to our picture. 3/12 and 1/4 take up the same spot. Okay? All right, so let's look at the picture for another one. Let's say that I'm going to use a different color so that I have it here, okay? So I'm going to shade in this. This is 1/2. Okay, I'm going to use orange this time, so kind of ignore the purple. I can't find a value that's exactly the same here, okay, without splitting it up a little bit. But if I look at this one, okay, if I go the exact same amount, I've got 1, 2 out of 4. So this is 2/4. And if I look here, let's call that one in, I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 12s. Okay? I know orange is hard to see, sorry. I'll use a different color. All right, so what I'm saying is that 6 12s is equal to 2/4, and that's also equal to 1/2. Okay? Let's scoot my note thing down a little bit. All right, so what I'm saying is I can get from 6 12s to 2/4 by dividing by 1. Okay? So 6 12s equals, I divided by 3 to get to 2 on the top, right? So let's say I divide by 3/3, which is 1. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 12 divided by 3 is 4. That's how I would get from 6 12s to 2/4. If I wanted to get from 6 12s to 1/2, I'm going to divide by 6 because I need 1 on the numerator, right? Again, it's 6 12 divided by 1 whole. 6 divided by 6 is 1. 12 divided by 6 is 2. So as you can see in the pictures, they are equivalent. 1/2 is equal to 2/4, and that is also equal to 6 12s. Okay? Now, if I look at my one I didn't use, let's find one that's equivalent using the picture, and I'll get a different highlighter color. We'll use blue this time. That's not really a highlighter. Here's a blue highlighter. All right, so this is, if I just shade in that part, that's 1/3, right? I don't have anything that's equal to 1/3 here right now because I can see I don't have it, or here, but I do right here. So if I color these in blue, there'll be all kinds of colors now. If I split this up into thirds, okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1/3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2/3, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 3/3. So even if I split it into thirds, but right now I have it in 12s. I have 12 boxes. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 12s. So I'm saying 4 12s is equal to 1/3. Is that true? Well, let's find out. If I have 4 divided by 12, if I want to get to 1/3, I'm going to divide by 1, which is, I'm going to use 4/4. Okay, it has to be a number that goes into both numbers. Sorry, let me move my thing up here. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 12 divided by 4 is 3. Okay, so they're equivalent fractions. Now you're going to be using those when we start to multiply, divide, add, subtract fractions. But you really have to know what an equivalent fraction means. It means it's the same value with different numerator denominator, okay? Whatever you do to the numerator, you have to do to the denominator. That is probably the biggest thing you've got to take from all of this, okay? So I'm going to write it right here. Whatever you do to the numerator, that means you multiply it by a number or you divide it by a number. You must do to the denominator. Okay, so important. If I multiply the numerator by 5, I have to multiply the denominator by 5. If I divide the numerator by 6, I have to divide the denominator by 6. Okay, so that's just like a quick rundown on equivalent fractions. So we're going to adding and subtracting first. Now, as I said in my other video, you have other videos and resources on your agenda page. Okay, I gave you 2 other videos that have to do with equivalent fractions. So if you're still stuck on here or you're stuck on the homework, go watch those other videos. They're really good, okay? They're short. They're not very long. They're probably way shorter than this. Watch those videos if you get stuck, because there's no reason for you not to know how to do this. I'm giving you a lot of resources to go to so that it makes it, I know you're at home and trying to absorb it all, and it'll just make it easier to do. Okay? Have a fabulous day, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.